I'm a little late, my bad. Actually, but yeah, I'm kind of sleepy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I really should have planned a little bit ahead of time to take a nap, and I did not plan an actual nap time for me. And I should have. I really should have taken a nap. But I got sidetracked and I was kind of busy. So, yeah. But hope you guys are doing well. I think I have 7 topics to talk about today. And I'm going to try to see if I could go live for 2 hours. I would love to do 3 hours, but we'll see how that goes. Because I had fun yesterday doing live, but I know how I am. I can't go live consistently every single day cuz it'll be an issue for me where I'm going to get kind of tired cuz I'm trying to entertain at the same time and I don't want to just be I guess not entertaining to some degree if that makes sense. But yeah, hopefully you guys are doing well. I know I see this one person in there. Hi. Okay. Cause I was like, I see somebody is in here. Hey girl, how you doing? But yeah. I was just saying, man, I don't know how you go live every day. I really don't know how you do it because this not me. This is not me. I always lurk at first. I understand. Why did I just do that? But yeah, how are y'all doing? How are you doing? I really need to update my phone because this happens every single time. Oh, trust me, once I get there, I'm gonna back off of the everyday. I feel you, cause I don't know. I really don't know how people do this consistently. Because to me, I am kind of like y'all better than me. Cause I said I was gonna go live again Saturday because I cannot do in a row for multiple days. I really cannot. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Let me know how you guys are. Say hi. Or let me know what state you from, I guess. Good morning from Germany. Hello, how are you? It's so crazy that you can just connect with all types of people around the world. I will say, YouTube is something else. Hi, I want to be your friend. I am just a little kid that is 7. I am so sorry, hun, but this is an adult space. And I don't want to be rude, but it would probably be better if you watched Roblox or something. Or, something more for people your age, you know? I love that about here. Yeah. But I do have 7 topics I'm going to talk about today. And, when I get to talking, I would just yap the whole time. But we'll see if it'll last 2 hours. Because you know me, especially if y'all start talking to me, I will keep talking. I will keep yapping for a long period of time. It was something else I was supposed to do. Oh, I was gonna make a post on my YouTube channel. Hey everybody, all the 8 people, like the live. Or if you just want to lurk, that's fine. But yeah, so hey, how is going from Virginia? Okay, I see you. Tuck 89 iffy. I think I pronounced that right. I'm sorry if I butcher your name. Okay, now I can begin my topics. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. I am just kind of feeling a little blah at the moment. Well, just a heads up, I am going live Saturday morning around. I'll put a post up on Thursday, sometime Thursday, so you guys can know in advance if you guys want to hop in if you're free. I don't know when I'm gonna go live next week. I'll probably just make a post about it 2 or 3 days in advance. But yeah, so today I'm going to uh, I'm gonna talk about a couple of different things. Okay, so the first question is, would you like to be able to have access to your dreams you have in your sleep? Meaning, like, if you guys do dream, or if you would like to remember your dream, would you like to be able to download your dreams and have access to them? Where it's like able for you to watch them on the phone or on the internet. Would you be okay with that? And would you like to be able to relive some of the dreams that you had? Or just be able to watch them and see what happened in your dreams when you were asleep? Let me know in the comments. Because I know for me, I'm a very vivid dreamer. So I would just be fighting crime the whole time. Fighting crime, being a magical girl, probably has some powers, something like that. I would like to watch them. What type of dreams do you have? Are they more normal dreams where you're interacting with people you know in real life? Are you interacting with people that you've never met before? What type of dreams do you have? Do you have magical powers in your dreams? Like, let me know in the comments down below. For the new people who came in, I asked the question, would you like to be able to have access to your dreams you have in your sleep where you're able to download them and watch them on your phone? Let me know in the comments. I keep having dreams about me being pregnant. Girl, listen, I mean, so is okay. I don't know, cause pregnancy dreams are different for different people, and they can have different meanings. And I'm not gonna lie, I used to be a person that used to read those dream interpretation books. Like, I remember my grandmother had one, and I always used to go in it. But it was one of them dreams books that had like the lottery numbers in it. So you could look up a dream and then it would have an associated lottery number with it, and she would always play the numbers and sometimes she would win. And I'm like, how do they know this? Whoever wrote this book, how did they know that if you dream about something like that, you could potentially make some money? But well, you know, I mean, it could just be because I know you said that you wanted to have kids, so it could just be something where it's like something that you want, so you have a dream about it. I normally don't really have dreams about stuff that I actually want. Normally somebody chasing me or I'm chasing somebody else and I'm trying to like go after them and keep them off the streets because I'm a crime fighter or something. I think it's that. Yeah, cuz I don't know. Like, whenever I talk to other people about dreams they have, it more so deals with stuff that they are currently thinking about in their life, or stuff that they want to have or stuff that they want to do. Oh, that sounds like a scary one. I mean, it depends on the situation because I always wake up before they get me. Every time they about to get me, I always wake up. A dream I used to have is me falling out the sky. Yeah, absolutely not. I don't think I've ever had any dreams where I was in a building. That is one thing. For some reason, I stay out of buildings in my dreams. I'm always outside of a building or I'm always on the first floor. And I think, again, I don't know, I have an irrational fear of falling out the sky, even though it's like, when are you ever up there? Because you don't fly nowhere. But I have an irrational fear of buildings for some reason. Like, I don't really like being, I have to be busy because for some reason, my mind, if I'm in a building or if I'm in a downtown area and it's a lot of buildings surrounding me, I have to keep my mind busy because for some reason, I have an irrational fear that they're going to fall on top of me. And I think it's from like certain things I saw on the news when I was younger that triggered me to have that thought process for something. I don't know, but it is weird. Are you afraid of heights when it comes to falling out the sky or afraid of flying in a plane? Because I can't comprehend flying in a plane. I know people fly on planes all the time, but I do not like the idea of getting in planes at all, personally. That's not my forte at all. But, mm. But yeah. Oh no, I just. Mm. And then the next question is, it should be way more socially acceptable. This is an unpopular opinion, by the way. It should be way more socially acceptable to forget the names of someone's partner, kids, and pets. And I thought this was interesting. This was a topic that I found on Reddit, right? And I thought it was interesting because whenever I meet people in person, and I think it's because I'm naturally not meeting people all the time, I have this issue where I am very forgetful of people's names when they first introduce themselves, mainly because unless I'm at an event where I know for a fact I'm going to be meeting different people and it's like in a professional setting, I'll try to remember their names. But if it's somewhere where I'm just like, oh, I'm hanging out with some people that I know, and then too many people start introducing themselves, I'm like, I do not remember anything. Like, I'll remember your face. I will always remember a face, but a name is completely different. And when it comes to, well, I'll probably remember a woman's name more than I would a man's. Cause yeah, I always remember a woman's name more than I remember a man's name, unfortunately, and I don't know what that's about. But it also depends if I talk to them enough. Hold on for 1 second, cause I just have to text somebody back really quickly. I did. Oh, but yeah, how was y'all day? But yeah, anyways, so yeah, I don't really do well with remembering people's names when I'm out in public for some reason. And it may be because I don't interact with people enough and I just think, oh, I'm only gonna see you once, I'm not gonna see you again. And that kind of comes off as a little bit rude, I'm not gonna lie. But I'll still interact with the person. It's just I always had this issue where I'm trying to figure out, how do I ask them what their name is if I meet them again. But normally I'll probably just be like, hey, I remember I saw you at such and such party and I didn't get your name. I'll probably just say something like that, or I'll be like, I'm so sorry, I'm bad with names. what's your name? And I normally ask like that. Normally people don't have an issue with the way I say it. Um or like they don't really feel offended because sometimes they'll forget my name too, even though I don't really, I don't know, because I'm not gonna say that's necessarily small talk, but sometimes it could come off as small talk because I'm doing it to be cordial and not to be rude. But at the same time, it's kind of like, well, do I ever plan on talking to this person again? And a lot of times, I don't really be planning on talking to people. I don't really be planning on talking to people again, depending on the space it is when where I met them the first time and where I'm meeting them the second time. But yeah. But the next topic is, would you want to own your own restaurant? Or if you owned a restaurant, what type of food would you want to be served there? Because personally, I always so at one point in time, I had this dream of being in a restaurant that was kind of like, I don't know if y'all have Coney Island where y'all live, but it's this restaurant. Hey girl, how you doing? But it's this restaurant in Michigan, and they've branched out into other ways where everybody has different types of Coney Islands, and all of them make different types of food. Like, if you want the best kind, you kind of have to go to the hood areas. But I always wanted to own one of those myself because those always really do well. Plus, it's diverse food. Like, you got your coney dogs, you've got burgers, you've got like they have different types of sandwiches you could get and stuff like that. And I know whenever I've asked people, if you could own a restaurant, what type of, I'm good. It's midnight here in Italy. I will stay a few because at 7 a.m. I will go to work. Oh, it's okay, girl. I completely understand. If you gotta go get your rest, go ahead. I appreciate you for stopping by, dude. But let me know in the comments down below if you ever owned a restaurant or if you ever thought about owning a restaurant. Would you? And what type of restaurant would you want to own? I know at one point I wanted to own like a karaoke bar situation. I still kind of want to have one. I don't know. That's always been like a low key thing I wanted to do at some point, but I don't see that happening because it costs a lot of money to even to find a building to even pay for. But I would love to have a karaoke bar and to be able to host different karaoke nights and stuff like that. I feel like that would be so much fun, even though it'd probably be more fun for me than everybody else. But I feel like it would be so cool. And then you could have the setup where you could sing karaoke with the public, or you could have rooms where you could do karaoke as well. And I would love to do something like that. Like even on here, right? So, love your hair. Thank you. Italian restaurant with all the Italian food from north to south in US. I could see that. You know, I think I've been to a couple Italian restaurants here. Some of them are good and then some of them are not. But I feel like they probably not authentic Italian if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't know what it is, but when it comes to other cultures having restaurants, unless those people that came from those countries actually work there, it's almost never authentic. Almost ever. And it's really disappointing because you'll be tasting something and you realize, no, this is Americanized. This is not Italian. This is not Mexican. But yeah, I've always, you know, and maybe one day in the future, I'll do potentially like karaoke nights on here when I get a different setup for my computer or my laptop, and maybe I'll do something where I do what is it called? StreamYard, where I can pull people in and they can join in on the live, cuz that would probably be cool to start conversations with people like that. Well, did you ever eat pardolas from Sardinia? My dad's from Sardinia. I've never had that before, and I've only been in the US. I haven't traveled barely anywhere. I have pretty much stayed in Michigan my whole life. Unfortunately, but also fortunately. Um I would love to travel for some food though. That is one thing. I'd like, the only reason why I would travel is for food and maybe to see different art, but food is basically the main reason why I would want to go somewhere different. If you travel to Italy, go to Sardinia or Calabria, Calabria. I've never heard of that place. I've heard of Sardinia before, but not the K word. But yeah, I want to see the Colosseum. Me too. I would love to see Calabria is in Italian. Let me Google so I know what you're talking about. Cause I feel a little ignorant. Okay. They said that's a 14-hour flight. Oh, and I know it's gonna probably have some, what is it called? The layovers. I don't know what the people call them with the planes. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about better than I do. It's in Southwest Italy. Maybe I'll add that to my list of potential places to go to if I ever get some money. But yeah, like I don't know, I've tried different places, and again, the food just does not taste the way I would think it would. So I remember I need to go. How far is it from you? I like I think I've only had one Italian place that actually tasted good to me. All the other places I was kind of just like, when I saw the chefs back there, I was like, yeah, I know what you are. You're not Italian. like like you no. But like I've been to some Mexican restaurants, and those are always either a hit or a miss, and almost disappointing. Like you really have to go to an authentic Mexican restaurant in order to get actual good food. It's one place that we went to that's like 30 minutes away from us, and that place was actually really good. I had burrito tacos there for the first time. The only time I ever had burrito tacos that actually tasted good. Everywhere else it was not delightful at all. It tasted like, I'm not even gonna say because that's kind of rude, but it was not good. What are your thoughts on having roommates? Or have y'all ever had a roommate before? Personally, I've never had a roommate before. I live with my parents. Well, I live with my mom for most of my life, and then I ended up living with my husband. And to be honest, if I never got married, I would have stayed living at my mom's. I would have definitely stayed, and she would have been okay with me staying there, cause the economy is not that great, and I don't know. It's real nice when you get to stay. Like, if you have a good relationship with your family, I feel like it's nothing wrong with being able to stay with them and still live there. But when it comes to roommates, though, I still don't understand the concept of how people go to college and stay with people they don't know. I know people do it, but the concept of doing that has always been terrifying to me. That's one of the reasons why I didn't have a dorm life college experience, specifically because of that reason. Because I never looked at that in a way where it was like, okay, I really want to do this. I really want to be on my own, get out the house. I really want to have that experience of having roommates. I never wanted that because, again, it's just not appealing. Nothing about it was appealing to have roommates. Unless it, even it, well, if it was somebody I knew, I would probably have felt way more comfortable about it. But most of the time, whenever, I don't know, because sometimes you could end up ruining your friendships if you end up in a situation where you room with them because you realize that your living styles are not compatible. Oh, she was saying she need to go. Oh, I think I missed. I thought she meant like she need to go, like she needed to go. I really do not. I swear, when it comes to people texting or sending me messages, I am very slow when it comes to comprehending certain messages sometimes. Because I'm like, I thought you meant that in a completely different way. Now I need to get off of here. Like, but anyways, but yeah, I don't know. I've seen people fall out with their friends because they had roommates and or became roommates and they realized their friend was messy or they didn't like the way they handled certain things or they didn't know how to share. And personally, I don't know. I never really found anybody as a friend where I was just like, "Oh, I would love to room with you," because it was always something. It was, and also the fact that some of my friends were male, and I was always under the mindset of if I ever live with a man, it would be somebody that I'm actually dating, not somebody that I'm not dating. Because to me, that's always been weird. I know people do it, but I never liked the idea of you living with somebody of the opposite sex and they're not family. Again, I know people do it, but I don't like that concept because I remember I've talked to people or I've seen other people date other people who would be in that situation, and majority of the time they were doing stuff with that person intimately, and I never liked that. That was never something that was appealing to me. But yeah. But let's just serve threads for a little bit because something might be on threads. I've been seeing all of these clips of people at Coachella and stuff, and I'm a little jealous. Like, I've seen some of the clips where Megan Thee Stallion performed with Sierra and Queen Latifah, and I was just like, man, I would have wanted to see that. Or the clips with Missy Elliott dancing. I'm not gonna lie. Somebody talking about, so y'all weren't gonna tell me that Metro PCS is only $35 per month for the same service I pay for AT&T for $130. I really hate that my phone bill is so high. I really do. I really miss having a $40 phone bill. And I am this close to trying Cricket. It's either, was it Cricket or is it Chime? I can't remember which one it is, but I am so freaking close to just not being on the phone line that I'm on, because I really don't like that I'm paying almost $100, sometimes $100 every freaking month. That's what I was gonna go to once. I can pay for my own phone and it won't hurt the pocket. Yeah, cause like I swear I sorry, I had a call come through. But I hate being broke. If I'm being very transparent with you, I really hate struggling. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes, and that's exactly why I don't have nothing on automatic payment. Like, I have absolutely nothing on automatic because I can't. And I watch my account faithfully every single day, every single time I know it's a payment that I need to pay. I just be looking at it every single time. And I don't know why I do it, but actually I know why I do it, because I literally have to budget to a T to make sure I'm good, and I don't like that, and it's just very stressful. I really do not like the experience of having to monitor stuff like that in a way where it's like, well, you have to be mindful of what you buy. That was one of the reasons why I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna get DoorDash yesterday. And I wanted to get some DoorDash because I haven't had DoorDash in like 6, 7 months. But I was like, you have to be mindful because you still gotta buy groceries. Uh and I don't like that. Like, I really hope YouTube works out for both of us, girl, because even if it's not full time, if it's just enough to cover multiple things, or even just fun money, you know what I mean? Because I just really don't like not having fun money. Like, I really do not like that. It's just so dry. Because it's some stuff that I'll be wanting to do, but I'm just like, with what money? How are you doing anything? How are you going anywhere when you can't afford it? But yeah. So someone asked a question. They was like generally curious, zero shade. But why does everyone sit in their car to do food reviews? Bruh. I don't know. I feel like people really like the food reviews like that. Hey, Ilbergmatic, how are you? I'm not gonna lie. If I was actually driving and if I actually had a car, I would probably want to do food reviews and probably chit chats in the car. I would probably want to, but at the same time, I'm so paranoid. Like, knowing me, if I was driving, I would probably go to the place, get the food, then come back and just be parked in the garage because I'm so paranoid about somebody snatching me up. I don't know what it. I have like this irrational fear of, I don't, being snatched up off the streets and thrown into a truck. I don't I don't know what it is, bro, but too many people be just getting disappearing, and I just be really paranoid. Like, I never have any headphones on or anything if I go somewhere. I'm always looking over my shoulder, like scanning the scenery, because you're not gonna get me. You're not gonna snatch me up off the streets. Like, I'm so unserious. But I'm also very serious. Someone asked a question, who offed Casper the Friendly Ghost? I'm gonna Google because I never thought about that. Why was Casper a ghost? Why was that little boy a ghost? What happened to Casper? That was another question I was gonna ask. Would you prefer Uber Eats and DoorDash be eating some people food? Bro, that's why you gotta check the little the stickers, because whenever we order stuff, they always have it stapled or a sticker covering stuff. It says Casper the Friendly Ghost died from pneumonia at the age of 12. Um, you know, when I was a child, I had the hugest crush on human Casper. Um, I was actually gonna do a video about my childhood crushes. I'm still probably gonna do it, but I don't know if I'm gonna do it this year. I might wait. I don't feel like people care that much. I'm okay, multitasking. Thanks for asking how you been. I'm kind of sleepy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of wish I would have took a nap before I got on here, but I didn't. I feel a little dry. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm gonna try to knock out being on here for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending. It is really bad. Like, it's certain areas you cannot go to in Michigan where you just know somebody gonna get snatched up. For example, in Dearborn, there are specific areas you cannot go to because for whatever reason, I've heard too many stories on social media about somebody trying to get snatched or somebody was following them in the stores and stuff like that. So uh, somebody was like, "Oh, you retweeted this, Rose the Rundown." Somebody was like, "I don't even be having an attitude for real. I just be overstimulated." Same, same. That is definitely me. I can't tell you how many times. Oh yeah, I did. Listen, I can't tell you how many times I've been somewhere. I'm overstimulated right now. These kids driving me nuts. When are they gonna be going back home? I can't tell you how many times I've been somewhere though, and you got maybe 2 hours with me if I'm going somewhere out in public. And then after those 2 hours, I just have rest and be face syndrome a little bit. And sometimes people will ask me what's wrong or am I good? And I'm like, I don't want to be rude and just be like, I'm tired of talking or I really want to go home because people don't be really getting it. I put this little girl in timeout and she dancing, Lord. I'm so sorry. Like, at least you can give them back though. But you know, it's one thing that is so rude that I feel like it's so rude. Girl, it's okay. But you know, it's one thing that I feel like is so rude is people when they ask you why you quiet. Cause I just really be sitting here like I'm not bothering nobody, bro. I'm literally just sitting here minding my business. You know, I feel okay. Like people, you don't have to include me in the conversation. I am completely fine with just sitting here silent, listening to everybody else because other people normally have lots to talk about or lots to say. But it's always somebody that'll ask me and they'll be like, "Why are you so quiet?" And sometimes I'm just like, well, other people have said similar things that I was thinking, so I didn't have anything to contribute. And normally that's the main thing I'll say. But then other times I'm kind of just like, my true thoughts, probably should not share them because this is not the place for me to share my true thoughts about whatever it is y'all talking about. Um, or I don't know, you know, sometimes people just be judgmental. Like that's one of my main reasons why I don't really say much is because of the way people are very judgy. Yeah, closest to kids. Is pets. Guess my three plants. Oh, your three plants. Yeah, sometimes kids need discipline. Yeah, I'm gonna just get me some plants. That was one of my goals this year, to get some plants. I already got one pet. Yeah, kids definitely need discipline. Otherwise, you're gonna get kids like Trump. I mean, you're gonna get people that don't know how to handle things, or they'll have temper tantrums in real life. I've unfortunately met a variety of people who are like that, where they have temper tantrums and don't know how to handle people telling them no because they didn't understand. Sometimes people will tell you no, or they don't know how to control their emotions or their actions. But do y'all play any instruments? I'm just curious, cuz the only thing I've ever attempted to play was a piano. But I always wanted to learn how to play the guitar, but I'm not going to cuz I'm not patient. I like the violin. I did too, but I'm too clumsy, and I know I would have pulled them chords just like I would pull the chords off of the guitar. I was so proud of myself when I learned how to play chopsticks on the piano. And what was it? I think it was Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. You couldn't tell me nothing. That was literally the only thing I could do, is play certain things on a piano. Or at least go back to their parents, right? New generation kids are nothing like 80s and 90s babies. They're not. They seem more hyperactive, and I don't know. It's like they seem more hyperactive, and I still say it's probably because of the tech, maybe. I know it was this. I can't remember if it was this study, but people were talking about how you have to be careful letting your kids watch. I think it was Coco Melon or something like that. It was another show, but they were saying that specific shows nowadays are kind of triggering them to have ADHD a little bit. And I was like, oh. I'm like, do the kids even watch Barney or Sesame Street anymore? Oh, wait. Did they take the funding from PBS? I can't remember. Or their upbringing. Yeah, the upbringing is not. We used to be outside. Now, do the kids even? Well, I have neighbors that have kids, and they're outside. I'm not gonna lie, it makes me happy a little bit to see kids actually outside. The flute wasn't good at it. My mom used to be good at playing the flute. Now she just be blowing hot air when she be talking to me, telling me something that I don't want to hear. Like, no offense to my mom, because I love her. That's my best friend. What was their reaction when you were trying to get them into Barney? Listen, my, you know, it's so crazy. So my mom, like when I was looking for a different, I guess, career path, she was telling me to go into healthcare or whatever, right? And my mom, this is the thing about me, right? I don't like if somebody suggests something to me and they complain about it. Cause why would I want to go into a similar career field if you're unhappy all the time and telling me about it, you know? True, kids don't play cards. We did. We used to play cards. We used to jump rope. What was that one game? Um Goldfish. Yes. We used to play goldfish, jump rope, play with the chalk outside. I don't ever see people with chalk no more outside. No kids with chalk outside. Kids do want to be on their iPad. They don't want to play no board games. Like, I almost wonder if they still play Monopoly. Like, if they grew up playing Monopoly or Sorry or Trouble. I'm pretty sure they probably don't play Operation either. I think the only game I've seen kids actively play is like Twister, if that. But I don't know. It just depends though, because we have friends that have children, and I don't know. It's just different interacting with them. Cause don't get me wrong, they will play different things. Cause our friends try to intertwine stuff that they grew up with and shared with their children. But I feel like a lot of kids also are being introduced to other things, or other kids might tell them, "Oh, this is childish. Why are you doing that?" What do you mean something is childish? You're 8. You're a child. What do you mean? I don't know. It's just always so interesting seeing the way kids are now in comparison to how we were. But I feel like it's probably the same. It was the same with us when we were kids, where our parents probably looked at something differently too with how we did stuff. It makes me wonder: are there less kids who will know how to ride a bike? Oh, so also something. So I don't know how to ride a bike, right? I wanted to ride a bike, but I never learned. And then after a while, I just gave up on the concept of riding a bike. I remember my mom had got me this really pretty purple bike when I was a kid, and I wanted to ride it so bad. Why she only let me try to ride it once? And then that was when the neighborhood started getting bad a little bit. So she was just like, "Yeah, you can't go outside." And I was just looking at her like, "What was the point of giving me this bike? You could just return it and give me the money, or I could get something else." I was so mad. I got them in the card games, which took a good minute, surprisingly. Doing to pass time for a break, my little cousins. Yeah, like, I think it's good that they have the timers too, that you could set up, where it's like, okay, you've been on this iPad or this tablet for a period of time, and now around, I don't know, like 8 o'clock at night, you have to get off the iPad. So I like that they have the timer set. Now, whether these kids end up learning how to hack into the timer is completely different. Because some of these kids are way too smart. Also, so I'm watching Scooby Doo, right? And I put it on specifically because um it was RAIN earlier. I don't want to say the word because I don't want to trigger my dog. And he's afraid of RAIN. So I always put on some sort of show or movie for him in the background so that he doesn't get triggered, because he associates the water pouring down with um thunder, which he associates with fireworks. But I've been watching Scooby Doo with him, even though he's not really watching it. It's basically me watching it, and it really just be baffling me watching this. You, I'll come back to that. My mama used to take me to Blockbuster during those weekends. I used to love going to Blockbuster. I love that fresh whiff of popcorn that they would have. That popcorn just smelled differently from the kind you would buy at the grocery store. I don't know what it was about it. But I used to love going in Blockbuster. I used to rent a lot of anime in there and PlayStation video games. But hmm, but yeah. But no, y'all ever watched a show from childhood or something and you realize the stuff did not make sense watching it? Because I'm watching some episodes of Scooby Doo and Velma will be solving the like she'll solve the mystery and it's always somebody that was not connected to anything that was going on. Like this could be the first time we saw this person. And I'm just sitting here in confusion like when did you figure this out? Cuz you really reaching. Right, they don't try to teach them. They don't. Oh yes, like Caillou. Oh wait, you said that don't make sense. Caillou don't make sense either, because he would be having temper tantrums for no reason. I do not want to hear your bald headed self whining and crying over something because you didn't get your way. To me, that don't make sense. I could not stand Caillou. I really could not. I thought you said shows that we used to watch as kids and now are annoying because he's one too. I absolutely did not care for Caillou. Caillou was annoying to me. Who else was annoying? Elmo honestly was annoying to me. I did not like Elmo when I was a kid at all. And I think it was the high pitched voice that I didn't care for. Cause I had this thing. I don't know if I was just really sensitive to certain noises when I was a kid, but I did not like how high pitched Elmo voice was. I did when I was a kid, but I'm like, now what is so interesting about him? You talking about Caillou? Cause like I remember I used to eat like a sandwich watching Caillou, and I didn't have no issue with him back then. But once I was a teenager and I was like babysitting my baby cousin, and my baby cousin started somewhat picking up little habits a little bit, I was just like, nah, this ain't for us. This ain't for us. Not Elmo. Elmo was annoying. Yeah, Caillou. Okay. Back then liked him. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's different when you a kid. Stuff don't seem as annoying as it is once you grow up and get a little bit older. Like the only other thing I remember that was bothersome was watching soap operas with my grandma. She would be like, "Come on, baby, come, watch the stories with me." And I'm just like, "Girl, I don't care about the fact that Joe ended up in a car crash because he was cheating with Sarah, even though he got a whole wife. I don't care." However, now, I'm not gonna lie, I will be watching it now. Like, I am this close to seeing what the soap operas are talking about right now. Because some of that stuff, it just be so messy. And I know they be getting paid. Like if I wanted to pursue a career in acting, or if I knew somebody that was like into that was near me, I would be like, find you a way to get into soap operas. Because once you get in there and hopefully they don't kill you off, you potentially gonna be secured. Potentially secured. Where you can stay in that field and hopefully they don't kill like off you or whatever, and you could be in a situation where you set for life. But I used to love watching Mr. Rogers though. Well, to be transparent. Okay, this was the thing about Mr. Rogers. His voice was very calming, right? But it was calming in a way that would put me to sleep. If you ever asked me what Mr. Rogers was about, I would just be like, he was taking off his sweaters and replacing them with another sweater. And I know he used to hang out with the mailman. But I don't remember anything about Mr. Rogers, bro. And he would just be talking real nice. Talk to me nice. He would be talking real nice to me, and I would be hanging on to his word. But as an adult, I don't know what he was saying. I just know he was a very calm man. He wasn't hollering. He wasn't saying nothing rude. He would ask me how my day was, and I love that about him. I really did. For some reason, I remember a train on Mr. Rogers. I'm gonna have to Google because I feel like I'm remembering something wrong. My dog used to watch Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog with me. That's so cute. So I didn't have cable growing up. So a lot of things that was on Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network and even Disney, I am just watching now for the first time. Like I knew what Courage the Cowardly Dog was, but I've only seen like one episode. And oh, the little place he would go with the puppets. Yeah. Let me Google because I remember that. Let's see. Mr. Rogers puppet. Oh my gosh. So many memories. See, I couldn't stand that one. That guy was creepy as hell. Like some of the puppets look real disturbing. I'm not gonna lie. See, look at this one. He looked like he was dragged through the mud. Ain't no way. But I vividly remember these. I vividly remember them. Truly. Also, don't mind all my notifications. I just turned this phone on and it just had a whole bunch of notifications on it. Little Bill. So I used to watch Little Bill, but I feel like he used to cry and whine too. It just wasn't as bad as Caillou. I barely remember Little Bill. I really don't remember him. Franklin voice was annoying. Hey, it's Franklin. Come into our house. Hey, it's Franklin. Man, I remember that one episode of Franklin when he took his shell off, and I was like, he naked? They got this turtle naked. I'm so serious. I barely remember Franklin. And I remember them too. My memory of Little Bill is a little fuzzy. And on Franklin too, a little fuzzy. Yeah, I don't really remember anything too much. I just remember Franklin taking his shell off. Why was he doing all that? Star Wars with space opera so good. Not Star Wars being a space opera show, bro. Last 3 episodes, Ray weren't great at all. I don't know nothing about Star Wars. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The only Star Wars that I saw was I only saw one of them movies, and it was with the girl. The one that was not like she didn't have a force, and the place blew up. That's the only one that I watched. If you know what I'm talking about. I'm saying, you funny. Remember Little Bear? We taking it back. Little Bear had a theme song, didn't he? Or was it just the piano violins? Now he didn't have on no clothes. His mom used to clown him, no, like little bit. I do remember because somebody every now and again people will share clips of Little Bear, and his mom used to stay clowning him, and I would just be looking at her like, you a bad mom because you the only one with clothes on, and you got your child coming out there in the streets. He out there playing with his little friends. He ain't got no drawers on. He ain't got no clothes on, but you clowning your son. Okay. Okay. Him, her, and the daddy. Oh yeah, he on Paramount Plus. I was thinking about getting Paramount Plus specifically because I think As Told by Ginger was on there and I wanted to watch it. Okay, yeah, it was just the violin for Little Bear. No draws at all. He had on nothing. Just bare raw ass. Oh yeah, she's on there too. Yeah, cause I really wanted to watch that. I think I watched like 2 episodes of As Told by Ginger, but I never completed the series. Thomas Tank Engine was my show. I was terrified of him. I did not like that tank engine. I really did not mess with him at all, bro. Them eyes was big. He used to come out that little the tunnel, and his head would poke through, and I would just be like, I know you lying. I turn this off every time, terrified. Something about him, it was just the way he looked. It was just giving evil. I did not like Thomas at all. I always turned him off. I really did. And I know he had some good stories, okay? His little train, his little caboose would be breaking down in the street. But I absolutely could not watch him. I really could not. I was so scared of him. Mind too, I finally got to see how As Told by Ginger ended because I never saw the ending and I cried. I heard it was sad too. I need to go back and watch the whole thing. Dr. Seuss books characters were mad weird. They was. It was a lot of weird characters in Dr. Seuss. What was it? Lorax? I would have to go back and look. I remember I had all of those books. They probably got destroyed. They probably was thrown in the trash, to be honest, because we don't even live in my mom don't even live in that house no more. Do kids even be reading Dr. Seuss anymore? Like, do parents put them on Dr. Seuss anymore? Thomas, I don't remember him either. And then there was a show with some planes. You right. Let me get on the Google. It was a show with some planes. Anything that's an inanimate object with a face, I wasn't messing with. I was not messing with it for real. All of these cartoon characters don't be having no drawers on. Explain to me why Winnie the Pooh has a top on and no pants. Explain that to me. Because I never understood it. Never understood it. So, you gonna cover your yitties, but your badooch is out. Listen, I never understood it. Like, let me see. Oh, you talking about will it pull? Is this the one you talking about? You talking about JJ the jet plane? Because I remember him. This was also very terrifying to me. Again, why do planes and trains have baby faces on them? or like weird faces on them. That junk is so weird to me. And they thought that junk was cute. I really just, some about it just didn't sit right with my spirit. It just did not sit right with my spirit. Like, I'm telling you, let's pull up Thomas. Like, I know people talk about how good of a show it was, but I just really did not like the way he looked. Oh my gosh, he's so scary, bro. Do this not terrify you? That is so scary, bro. I always turned him off. It's so disturbing to me. Like, don't know, some shows got okay scenes. Little bit episode fell love. He did love a human girl. I forgot all about that. That junk was kind of weird. That is crazy. I can't wear what's her pants, or is it a he? I never thought about was Winnie the Pooh. You asking the right questions. I did not. Is Winnie the Pooh a girl or boy? I assumed it was a boy because he didn't have a bow on, and that was like, or a dress or a skirt, you know. Okay, it said Winnie the Pooh is a boy. It says while the real life bear was a female in the books, they referred to him as a male. Went over my head, and Tweety too. Was Tweety a boy or a girl? Cause I don't know. I don't know if Tweety was. I just know that was a big head bird. A lot of people like Tweety Bird. I don't really care for Tweety Bird myself. It says Tweety was a boy having some feminine features like an eyelash and a high-pitched voice. Could have fooled me. There was a human scene. Yeah. That junk really did creep me out. The plane, creepy. JJ jet plane, creepy. The Thomas Tank Engine, creepy. I could have swore he was a boy. That's what I thought. I thought he was a boy too, but I guess in the books he's a girl. And I could have sworn Tweety was a girl too, but I guess it's a boy. So, learn something new every day. I'm learning so much about childhood. Jazz all one show like that trained facial expressions. Listen, that's probably why I don't like trains, because of Thomas. I have always wanted to go on a train though. I've always wanted to take a train trip somewhere. And I think Harry Potter was the main reason why I always wanted to. And I still want, like, at some point in time, I would still love to do that. Take a train ride somewhere and order food off the cart or something, you know? Lorax and Thing 1, Thing 2. Oh, yeah, Thing 1 and Thing 2 was weird. I don't know. Like, a lot of, I wonder if he was off something, if he was on a little something, Dr. Seuss, because the way he would be writing about things, he had to be gone. What they say, that brother gone. that one little thing that people would be putting on their TikToks. Man, throwback live stream right here. Man. I was thinking about making a video. It was a couple videos I was gonna make because I do got my Reliving the 90s series. It don't really get that many views, but I just do it because I want to do it. But I know I was gonna do a couple of different series about different shows that I watched as a kid. Winnie the Pooh said not wearing no pants. He really liked being free in the wind and getting his honey. If you know what I'm saying. I'm so unserious. But who else did I used to watch? I love me some Lunette the Clown. And you know, it still pisses me off to this day. I absolutely loved Lunette the Clown. From what's the name? Why can I not remember the name of the show? The Big Comfy Couch, right? It really still grinds my gears. Rose Rundown, you got a series called Grinds My Gears. But anyways, it it really grinds my gears that I really thought there were couches that were made like the one Lunette the Clown had on a Big Comfy Couch where you could go into it, and it was almost like it was her basement. I don't know if y'all remember it, but she would pull up the cushions on her couch and she would be able to walk into it. And when I was a kid, I really thought there were couches out there like that. And I was like, ooh, when I get older, when I get grown up, yes, girl, the plug. Make sure y'all check out the Rose the Rundown. That's what grinds her gears. She has a series called Grinds My Gears. But I really thought it was going to be couches like that. I really did. And little did I know, the couch craftsmanship is not even the same anymore. Like, furniture is not the same. No more. Winnie the Pooh was she, had no clue. Yeah, in the books they said it was a she. That show was fuzzy too. That was a big couch. Yeah, I don't really remember anything about the Big Comfy Couch except the doll Molly, her doing that little clock stretch because she thinks she better than me. And that's all I remember. That's all I remember about the Big Comfy Couch. I don't remember anything else. It's so crazy when you really think about shows and you just be sitting there like, I remember certain characters, but I don't know what happened. And she, I mean, he, whatever, like their honey. That man used to risk it all. I remember, it was this one episode, and oh, she would do the clock. Yeah, she thought she was better than me. She thought she was better than all of us because I remember as a kid, I would try to do that, and I still couldn't stretch my legs out like that. But I remember it was this one episode of the Winnie the Pooh series that used to come on one Saturday morning. 5 hours of summer, once a week, one Saturday morning, one Saturday morning. I used to love that stuff so bad, man. I love that so bad. But it was this episode of Winnie the Pooh where he was fighting, tussling with the bees to get some honey, and they was just all over him. And I'm like, bro, is it really that deep? Is it really that deep? You up here fighting, you getting stuck in a tree, they buzzing all in your face, and you steadily just trying to eat. Crazy work. Yes, Dr. Seuss was weird book author obsession with dead animals. Was that what that was? I'm gonna have to go back and read some of the books because I didn't know that. Oh, my knees clicking. I really cannot bend my knees for a long period of time, bro. Cause like I don't know if I sit for too long with them bent, that junk really be uncomfortable. But yeah, I didn't know that a lot of his books was about dead animals. I'm gonna have to go back and look that up and watch that. But what else? What was the character y'all was obsessed with when y'all was a kid? Or a favorite cartoon show that y'all was obsessed with as a kid? Because I had multiple obsessions, which I'm going to do a video about in the future. Because I would go through phases of stuff that I would like as I got older. Did y'all have any characters or shows that y'all were obsessed with? Like cartoons or movies? Think about it. You know what else was terrifying? Willy Wonka was. A lot of characters influenced in Dr. Seuss' book were dead animals inspired by his characters. So like his own animals? Probably Barney and the Proud Family. I could understand that. I was obsessed with Barney until I met him. And after I met him, that obsession quickly stopped. So I had the white tapes. I had the white Barney tapes on VHS, and my mom was very much, my mom, my aunt, my grandma, everybody was very much done with me watching those tapes over and over and over again, right? And one time, I think Barney Live came to town. They were like, "Oh, you want to go see Barney?" I was like, "Sure." I mean, I'm a kid. Of course, I'm gonna want to go. I think I was like 3 or 4. We went to go meet Barney. I saw that big old guy standing up there. And I was just like, all the kids were happy to see him. Now, mind you, you know how Barney is. You know how Barney is, okay? In the show, he is a little stuffed animal. And then he gets big, okay? Yeah, I met him. Yeah, I still had the tapes too somewhere. I think I still had the tapes. I think. But I was carrying a stuffed animal Barney. So I'm looking at my Barney and I'm looking at the big Barney and I'm like, one of y'all is an imposter. Because you both cannot be the same thing. I'm instantly freaking out. Because I'm like, oh no. My mom gives me to Barney. She hands me over to him, and I'm staring him in his big purple pink face. And whoever is in the little suit is like, ooh, 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 ooh. And I'm like, not too much, let me go. Instantly, I'm crying and screaming. And I'm reaching out for my mom because I'm like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And that was the day I stopped messing with Barney. That was the day I stopped watching him. I cut him cold turkey because I'm like, you're a liar. You're a liar. I'm holding on to the stuffed animal Barney. I'm thinking it's this guy. Ain't no problems. But you coming through the TV and then I see you and you're touching me, holding my hand. And it also the other reason why I didn't like Barney, it was this one episode where you could see somebody in the costume where they jumped up and I saw a white leg. And after I saw that, I was just like, so what you're saying is you're not actually Barney. Someone's in there in that costume. And I was like, absolutely not. I'm not messing with it. I liked Proud Family though when it used to come on. I only saw so many episodes of Proud Family when it came on one Saturday morning. And old Tinkerbell was obsessed with her for a good minute, wanted to get a tattoo of her. Yeah, I like Tinkerbell, but I just thought she was cute. I don't know. I always thought she was cute. And I wanted to be her. I wanted to cosplay her and be her for Halloween. I specifically liked her because I'm like, girl, you don't really say no words. Same. When I'm around people, same. Why Willy? I never liked Willy Wonka because he just seemed creepy. Because why are you bringing kids to your establishment? And you basically got these little miniature people, because I Oompa Loompas, you got them as slaves in your factory. And I don't know, the way he used to move and do stuff, it was just so weird to me. Like, I plan on reacting to both of the Willy Wonka, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movies at some point in time, because maybe I'm remembering the movie wrong, but it was just something about that man that was kind of terrifying. Like, something about him just gave me, he just stuff nightmares made of. I don't know. It just Your favorites were Digimon, Static Shock, and Dragon Ball Z. So I won't say I was obsessed with Static Shock, but I did enjoy watching Static Shock a lot. That was specifically like because I used to like the theme song with Lil Romeo, Superhero Static Shock. Whoop whoop. I used to love the theme song. And Digimon, I only watched Digimon Frontier. And that was the only one that I liked when they actually turned into Digimon. I don't know. I never really got into Digimon and Pokemon like that, if I'm being completely honest. And Dragon Ball Z, I have mixed feelings about Dragon Ball Z just from experiences with other people who like Dragon Ball Z. I did like Dragon Ball Super though. That was good. Oh, I never thought of it like that. I don't know. I'm just like, you a man that you be making the candy and you be moving weird though. What you be putting in that candy? And you looking at the kids weird. It's like you make stuff for kids, but you kind of give off the energy you don't like kids a little bit. And then you got the Oompa Loompas doing all this work, and you just sitting there in your luxurious attire, and your top hat, and your purple coat, and it's giving Mad Hatter energy. Just a little bit though, just a little bit. I remember Dragon Ball Z a little bit. I stayed away from Dragon Ball Z, to be honest. I watched Sailor Moon heavily. Sailor Moon was the majority obsession of my life. Only because it used to come on UPN and I used to be late for school every single day. But I actually started rewatching the series, and I don't know, it's just so weird rewatching it from a new dub though. Yeah, other show was Batman animated series. I rewatched that I think a few years ago, and it actually was still pretty good. Don't have I think they do have a documentary on Barney. It was like behind the scenes of the story of Barney. I never watched it though. But I remember all them commercials, excuse me, coming out about it. I'm not gonna lie, this Scooby Doo making me hungry seeing them eat these big old sandwiches. Proud Family was a good one. New continuation series wasn't great. I watched a couple episodes of it and I didn't mind it. I didn't mind the new episode, but I mean the new Proud Family series, but I never finished it. So I couldn't tell you if it was that great or not. I just remembered. Only thing I really remember is people talking about like the family, talking about how progressive it was, I guess, or how they were trying to tackle more political issues potentially. Yeah, I don't like how they changed the animation style. I liked it though. That's another thing. Like, I don't really care for when they remake shows and they make it that it's not 3D, but it's like a different type of animation. I think I want to say it's similar to how Toy Story is sometimes. I've seen a lot of shows do that to their animation style, and I don't really care for that either. I like the basic cartoony style. Like, you don't have to change it. What y'all eating for dinner tonight? Willy Wonka was a racist movie, low key Oompa Loompa, based on African tribe. I did not know that. Time for Google. Yeah, I never knew that. Let's see. Willy Wonka. Uh, Let me see. Oh, no. It says the Oompa Loompas were a tribe of 3,000 amiable black pygmies who had been imported by Willy Wonka from the very deepest and darkest part of the African jungle. That's absolutely insane. I never knew that. Yeah, that's wild. I almost want to read the book. um, because it says in the original, the Oompa Loompas were starving African pygmies subsisting largely on a mash. Oh, I guess they were consuming green caterpillars and tree bark until they were rescued by Willy Wonka. He smuggled them out of Africa in packing crates to live and work and sing and goof and dance in the Chocolatiers Plantation, aka Factory. Learn something new every day because I did not know that information at all. I'm learning a lot today. Talking about old stuff. Yeah, because that's crazy. I did not know that. Well, thank you for informing us, Ilblurmatic, because I did not know that information. Digimon Frontier is a solid choice. Yeah, I really liked it. What was it they used to say? Execute, be spirit evolution. I'm such a dork, bro. But nah, I used to be so hyped whenever they would transform, especially when they got a new transformation. That junk used to have me so hyped. I still want to sing the theme song for karaoke one day. It was really embarrassing because my nieces and my nieces, we had took them out one day and they watched Digimon Frontier, right? So I'm thinking, okay, I made a playlist for them and we're gonna sing the song together. Why was it just me singing the song and they was laughing at me and looking at me all weird? And my husband was just looking at me like, yeah, no. And I'm just like, maybe it was just too theatrical for them. But it was a lot of shows I used to watch. Like I used to heavily watch Recess, Disney Recess. I'm probably gonna restart watching that again. I always rewatch that. Um I know I used to watch the Little Mermaid series when they first started the Disney ABC showrunner. It was a little bit before they started One Saturday Morning. I used to watch that. Wait, it was blurred. Yeah. The more you know. um I won't say I was obsessed with Power Rangers, but I always watched Power Rangers. I still want to be a Power Ranger for Halloween at some point. Um, what else? I still watch Arthur. I don't care what anybody says. I remember one of our friends recently, they was like Arthur was boring. And I was like, I can understand that because Arthur was average. They had a whole episode why he was average. But I still like the show and I'll still rewatch it as an adult. Yes, why didn't Willy Wonka movie after found that out? Yeah. I don't know. It's a lot of shows and movies that have hidden agendas or stuff behind it. It's just you don't really know after you do your research pretty much. But yeah, Pygmy tribe, correct. Yeah. I don't know. It's just really crazy how they kind of was just like, "Oh, we're fine with them being a slave tribe." That hot sauce is too hot for me. Off topic, I know. Oh, you're talking about the review I did? Hey, Lakeisha. um, yeah, I never tried it before. I'm gonna make a video about my first time trying it. So now you got me scared. I'm hoping it's not gonna be too bad for me. But if it is, I'm gonna try to calm it down with some ranch. Cause that's like the main thing I'll do if something is too spicy, is I'll put ranch on it. What were y'all thoughts about Peter Pan? Cause I thought Peter Pan was creepy too myself. Oh, okay. Well, that's disappointing that they did that. Willy Wonka. Yeah, it's a lot of shows like that. Or a cold drink nearby. I'll make sure I do that because I always gotta have something to drink if I'm gonna be eating something spicy. Otherwise, it's gonna take me out. I'm gonna just be doing a whole bunch of coughing and hacking. Jazz, big movie head, real talk. Digimon Frontier turned 25 years old last week. Did it? I would be okay with them doing a reboot if they did, and I would watch it. Cause I don't know, I like the shows where they actually turn into the creatures. But if you want some Pokemon catch them all, I could not care any less. I'm sorry. I do not want to see some little boy travel around the jungle with his pet that can make fire or shoot lightning bolts. I could care less. But if you're saying, "Oh, you become the lightning rod, you become the fire starter," I'm okay with that. Like, mm, I'm just saying, bro. I do not like anything that have creatures. I don't know. I'm not that interested. I always thought Pikachu was cute. Yeah, Pikachu is cute. Like a lot of the Pokemons are cute, but it just didn't hold my attention enough. And I feel like I have this problem where if too many people like something, I don't like it. And it's not necessarily that I don't like it. It's just I don't like when too many people talk about it in an elitist type of way where it's almost like they'll tell me, "Oh, you should watch this." And then when I finally start watching it, I know it better than you. I'm more obsessed with it more than you. Like, okay, girl, okay, boy. Like, I was just watching something to watch it, to bond with you over it, not to do competition about who knows what Pokemon's better. I could care less. I just wanted to watch the show because I might have been interested in it. And again, fandoms really will ruin something for me. It's just like there is certain music artists that I don't mess with that heavy. Actually, no, I can't say that. It's not that I don't mess with them that heavy. It's just I like them, but I'm not going to be elitist about it, if that makes sense. Lakeisha, you're absolutely right. A lot of messages in movies and TV shows, facts. Am I not seeing something? Because sometimes, let me look and see, because I feel like I'm not seeing something. Yeah, so many messages in movies that we don't notice. I wonder why I didn't see that on my screen. Oh, okay. Yeah. There are like it's a lot of different movies where you kind of do have to do your research to figure out if something is what it is or if it has some type of hidden agenda or something behind it. I watched I watched Power Rangers. Okay, not really my thing. I just didn't like the repetitiveness of them basically getting their ass beat and then oh let's grow big after we defeat them. Are you gonna become a giant every single time? Yes, we're gonna do this every time. So some of these cartoons are giving LGBT vibes. Yeah, some of them are, and I'm not gonna get too political. But I just feel like so this is my thing when it comes to like romance, LGBT, whatever. I feel like you don't need that in every show. You don't need romance in every show, whether it's hetero or LGBT. Don't get me wrong, there are some that can have it and it's it's cool or whatever, but I'm like I like cartoons where it's like they focus on personal growth or doing something specific, not necessarily romance all the time. I like the Pink and Yellow Ranger. That's it. I feel you. I feel you. You know what's okay? You know what used to suck for me though? I used to I used to always be in a situation where I really wanted to be the Pink Ranger, but somebody else would always take it first, so I would end up being the Yellow Ranger, and I would just be like, I mean, nothing wrong with being a Yellow Ranger, but I would just always be like, why is it that somebody else is always pink and I'm just yellow all the time? But eventually, I realized I didn't mind yellow, so I kind of don't mind the being a Yellow Ranger now that I'm older. But when I was a kid, I would just be like, see, this is why I like blue. And this is why I don't mess with people that be liking pink. I used to be so bitter, bro. But at the time I couldn't speak up for myself. So that was a personal issue. Pikachu is my favorite Pokemon from the series. Okay, y'all twins. Mine too, and Squirtle. Squirtle was cute. I only like the old generation when it was Ash, Misty, and Brock. Yeah, then they started adding all these other new characters, and I became uninterested. Well, to be fair, I was always uninterested, but I would watch the original first generation. Not by choice, but I would watch it. Digimon series 3 and 4 will be getting reboots. Yes, Frontier will be getting reboot. Take a minute. I'm excited for that, and I'm gonna watch that when it comes out. Lakeisha, some shows hit well. Courage, Cowardly Dog, even Batman animated series, Poison Ivy, and Harley Quinn episode. Yeah, cause so Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn had this mini short series on so it was this live action series called Birds of Prey that I was absolutely obsessed with, even though the acting was not that great. But it used to come on WB, and I had bought the DVD set, and they had the Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn mini series on there. But yeah. But I don't know. That's just like, so for example, it's a lot of shows that other people like that I didn't really care for. Like I didn't really care for Scooby Doo that much. Um I didn't really appreciate it till I was much older. And it still baffles me. Scooby Doo has a good like 6, 7 series. And I get it. They solving crimes. But at the same time, how old were they? Because I'm really sitting here like, where are y'all getting these money to fund all these little adventures y'all be going on? What do y'all do for work? It's very confusing when you really think about it. Because I'm like, y'all be having all this food, or is it your job to solve crimes? But then as I'm watching some of the episodes, I'm like, no, it can't be your job to solve crimes because people don't even really be wanting you to solve them for real. And I'm like, I don't see y'all in school or anything. And y'all be sitting there solving these crimes for like a whole week. What is going on? But I will say something that's always been interesting to me is how much a lot of men like Velma. But in my opinion, I feel like a lot of people have kind of sexualized Velma a little bit. Because I rarely see people talk about Daphne, even though I watched the original, the first Scooby Doo, and Daphne wasn't really doing nothing. She was just there to be cute. And then after some time, when they created newer shows, that was when she actively started doing stuff and actually being involved in solving the crimes. But anyways, but yeah, what y'all eating for dinner tonight? I don't know what I'm eating personally. Well, I do have leftovers. Like I had made some red beans and rice and green beans with some meatloaf. And I'll probably eat the rest of that, to be honest. Although I really want something else. I really want to order something, but I'm not going to. Also, I was really disappointed because I don't know if y'all have, or if y'all have ever eaten Big Boy, if that's still a thing where y'all live. Let me pull it up first. But I used to love going to Big Boy when I was a kid, and I tried it recently and it was not good. It was not good at freaking all. But yeah, I'm talking about this. I don't know if y'all ever been to Big Boy, if y'all ever had Big Boy before. But Big Boy was like a big staple for me when I was growing up. It was one of those places that we used to go maybe like once a month, to either just not once a month, but like once every 2, 3 months. And it was like my favorite place where I felt kind of grown up ish because I used to eat a burger that was more, I'll say it seemed like it was more of an adult burger to me. And I remember we recently had some because I really wanted some, and it was not good. It did not taste the same. And that's one thing I do not like about getting older, is the fact that stuff does not taste the same at freaking all anymore. And I don't know if it's my taste buds changing or what, but it's very much disappointing me and making me feel some type of way. and I don't like that. But I know stuff they add stuff into the foods now, so it's just like, is it really me that's the problem, or is it because y'all add in other chemicals and stuff into the food where stuff don't taste the same? Actually, let me look that up because I think I may just try to make Big Boy at home one day. Just be like, we got Big Boy at home. Let me see how to make Big Boy burger because I really want the sauce. Like, that's the main thing that I want is the sauce. Yeah, I'm gonna try to make this one of these days. But it's taking everything in me to not make some popcorn right now. But it's late. And I should just eat dinner instead. But let me see. But I think I'm gonna just ramble a little bit about content creation for the time being. So I I do plan on doing the 30 days of May, and I'm gonna be working on that content today because I feel like I'm a little bit behind on recording and editing, and I know I wanted to have stuff set up, and I really, really wanted to reach my memberships this month, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I mean, there's no guarantee anybody was gonna sign up for it for real, but it's just the accomplishment of being able to have it, you know? But it's really given. I'm gonna probably reach it next month instead of this month like I wanted to. Um However, I think when I drop my movie reactions, because I think I want to do 2 movie reactions this month, but I don't know if I'm actually gonna be able to do it just because of how long it's gonna take to edit and the fact that I'm trying to edit for 30 days of May. Or is it 31? It might be 31 days in May. But I wanted to do that. I want to keep up with going live twice a week or 3 times a week, but we'll see. I know I am going to go live Saturday morning. I don't know for how long though. It might be just 30 minutes. Maybe. I don't know. I'll see how I feel. And then like I had some other series I'm going to start. I know I started the fashion influencer series, but a part of me thinks it's not going to go that well if I'm being completely honest with y'all. I really don't think it's going to go that well just because, and I think it's because I'm not niche down enough, but I don't really get that many views on fashion related content at freaking all, which I understand. I feel like the only type of content that really does well within fashion is normally hauls, or if you've already been established where you're creating outfit related content for real. So I don't really see me going into that direction to do completely fashion content because I would get bored real fast. Plus, it's a lot of work to create style content, to be honest. But I'm gonna still try it for these 6 months to see. And when I do get my memberships, I was thinking I'll just put like the monthly uploads behind the paywall, and then I'll do the 3 month and then the 6 month um over review for everything. And I know I'm looking at other people's memberships too to see what type of content they put out. And I guess it just varies per person because it's this one girl, but it makes sense. She has like 200,000 subscribers and she basically just puts behind the scene vlogs in her memberships, and I don't see myself creating vlog content and putting it behind a paywall because don't nobody care for real anyways. I don't know, it just seems like people like when I yap about stuff, specific stuff, and that's it. Not anything too extensive. Because I know I'll be looking at other people and I'm like, how is it that you've gotten a lot of people to watch your vlogs? But I understand that it depends on their niche. For example, it's some women where I'm like, I feel like because you have a certain body type, it was kind of easier for you to grow a little bit because other women have a similar body type to you and they relate to you. It's either that or unfortunately it's the fact that there are some men actually will search that body type on YouTube. And the only reason why I know this is because I have personal experience where I had another YouTube channel, which is another reason why I started this channel. And I remember I had created a couple of hauls on the channel, but where I messed up was I had tagged something where I had put like, okay, if you guys want any of the clothing that I have, I'll leave a link down below in the description box. But where I messed up was I used the term leggings and I also had tights in the video. And what ended up happening was there were a whole bunch of men researching leggings and tights, and they ended up becoming the main component of my audience, and they started commenting very intimate, weird comments on my stuff. And it took, actually, I don't even think I was able to get out of that algorithm. So I was just like, I'm gonna just start a whole new channel. And I realized you cannot use certain words like leggings or tights when it comes to creating videos about those topics because you will attract male audience. It's like, don't get me wrong, there will be women that will look for those things. Like, let's say you want to do a video about workout leggings or something like that. But at the same time, it's going to be mostly men watching. And I very much check my analytics, and I feel like a lot of women don't. Or maybe they do realize it and they're just okay with it because they're still getting views potentially. But this kind of correlates to, it was a certain period of time, I think it was either in the middle of 2020 or a little before 2020, where it was a lot of women creating hauls with swimsuits. And those videos used to get tons and tons of views, but YouTube ended up cutting off AdSense for a lot of those videos because you ended up realizing, oh, it's not women who could potentially buy stuff from the advertisements that are on these videos. It's men being weird looking at these women in these swimsuits. And so I feel like it's the same thing when it comes to creating content where you may have wear leggings, or if you wear tights or something like that. It's like they search that stuff, and then you'll have these men on your YouTube account, and it's like, okay, well, how do I get out of this algorithm? You can't. Or at least for me, like in the situation where I was in, I made one video, literally one video, where I did a haul and I had used, the term leggings and tights or whatever. So if anybody wanted to buy them, they could. And I started having a whole bunch of men where they would come into my videos and they would be saying like real raunchy, provocative stuff, and I would block all of them. But what would happen is every time I made a fashion related post or a haul video, YouTube, for what I understand why, but it was like because those types of people were clicking on the video and watching the video looking for certain things, it was like YouTube just was like, okay, well, you're getting clicks from these guys, so that means that that's your audience since they're clicking on it. And I'm like, no, that's not my audience. I want women to look at my video, not weirdo, freaky men. And every time I would try something different where I wouldn't use specific words, I wouldn't use leggings, I wouldn't use tights, I wouldn't use stockings to get out of that algorithm, but they kept me there because again, because that one time where they interacted on my stuff and clicked on it, it was just like you're stuck here and I couldn't get out of it. So it was just so much easier for me to just make a whole new channel and to not even bother with it because, or just to not make that type of content. That was another reason why. So I had won this giveaway last year and it was for this brand that did like they sell lingerie and pajama type stuff. And originally I was going to do a haul, obviously not showing myself in it, but I was going to do a haul, but then I thought about it and I was like, no, because it's probably going to mess up my algorithm. And I want to say I just ended up putting it all um in my Christmas, what I got for Christmas video instead versus creating a singular video because I didn't want those problems. Like you really got to be careful with what you post on YouTube or how you write your description because some words it'll be like the simplest thing could trigger the algorithm to push it to somewhere where you don't want it to be. And yeah, I don't really want to have those problems no more. But when it comes to the whole me trying to do the fashion influencer thing challenge for like 6 months, I don't see it doing well. I completely understand. Like, okay, it's so many people that want to do the influencer thing and be fashion influencers, and I can understand wanting to do it on TikTok, but currently, I just feel like if you're trying to focus on YouTube, it could be very difficult to do it unless you're doing specific types of content. For example, I plan on doing some celebrity recreations. I don't know how that's gonna go, if I'm being completely honest with you. But I'm gonna see what that's like. But I don't know how long. Well, 6 months I'm gonna do it, but I don't know if I'm gonna continue doing that. Like I already feel myself feeling like after this challenge, I'ma just do get ready with me's whenever. I'm not gonna consistently do it because I don't know. It just seems like it's not going to be fruitful. Because I do not like the concept of buying hauls just for views. I understand people do it, but in this economy, I could not imagine. And I know a lot of people are using credit and paying for it, and I'm not gonna lie, that's what I used to. But at the same time, doing it consistently does not make sense to me, especially if the goal is to get brands to work with you and they don't want to work with you, you know? But I don't know. And like, I really want to reach a point where certain brands give me free food too, because I just like to eat, but only specific ones. I would really love to collab with a restaurant that I like, but we'll see. I guess at the end of the day, it would just be nice to receive a decent amount where I can create whatever content I want to create for creative purposes because I like having this YouTube channel because I can do whatever I want over here. I can make whatever I want. I could talk about anything and everything and be creative to whatever degree I want to be, but at the same time, like this year, I really had to start evaluating how much time am I putting into creating things because it's a lot of work doing YouTube, specifically the editing. Like, I don't have trouble coming up with ideas because I get ideas from everywhere. Sometimes people make recommendations to me. Sometimes I'll see stuff watching a show. A lot of times I may come across somebody saying something on social media that'll trigger me to create a whole video about it. Sometimes I'll read something in a newspaper or in a magazine, and I'm like, okay, I'll make a video about this topic. Or I'll be watching a show or a movie and I'll come up with a topic. But the main issue for me is always the editing because it can be extensive, especially because I do cuts and I have to remove filler because I say and a lot, or I have a lot of pauses, or certain noises that I know bother me that I feel like I have to take out because I know it bother other people. And it's a lot of overthinking, I'm not gonna lie to you. But I like I like doing YouTube. It's fun to me. And I like that I can connect with people about different stuff that I'm interested in. Or a lot of times other people will put me on stuff too. But yeah, we reached 2 hours. I really just talked for a decent amount of time. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off this live. I was gonna try to do 3 hours, but I'm gonna be honest. I feel like taking a nap. Actually, I feel like eating. But I will be back on here Saturday morning, probably around 11ish. I'll make a scheduled post so you guys will know maybe like 2 days before in the event that you guys want to join in. And then I'll also let y'all know when I'm going to go live again, because again, I'm trying to keep up with going live. I'm trying to keep up with going live 2 to 3 times a week at the least. So, yeah. See, this is so weird to me. Y'all been talking to me this whole time and my phone did not update at freaking all. Why is that? Y'all really been talking to me this whole time, and for some reason, and I know Ilblurmatic, you showed me what to do that one time. But for some reason, oh, why does it keep doing that? That really pissed me off. Hey T-Berries, I'm so sorry. Like, y'all was really talking this whole time, and for some reason it was only cycling the top messages. I really thought I was talking to myself the whole time. Cuz it did not update at all. Let me go through these. I'm gonna go through these really, really quickly. I feel like I gotta sneeze. Why did I feel like my eyeball twitch? Oh, let me go through these real quick. Fred and Daphne parents were rich. Shaggy was a hippie. Velma was a nerd. Yeah, Daphne was blonde with red hair. I really want to try Jack in the Box, but we don't have that here. I have rice and chicken. Rice and chicken is always good. Why did I think Daphne hair was orange? Because it looked orange. Oh, Big Boy fell off bad. Yeah. I used to love Big Boy, but I'm pretty sure they're going to go bankrupt. I peeped your Patreon. I barely upload my Patreon. The plan was I was going to focus on doing thank you. The plan was I was going to focus on reacting to Moesha, Girlfriends, and the Parkers on Patreon, but I was going to do early episodes and then make them public after like a year. I don't know if I'm gonna do that though, because I feel like that's a lot of planning for me. Um, I may just make them free to be honest, and then if anybody wants to tip me, I'll just do it that way. But I don't really see anybody tipping me. You never know, Jazz. Anything is possible. Yeah, I've seen women use memberships to keep recycling old content. Yeah, I've seen some people recycle old content for sure in their memberships. I don't want to do that. Everything I do, I want it to be new. Cause I already figured out what my tiers were gonna be. I was gonna do $1.99 because I already got my emojis made or whatever. I was gonna do that. Then I was gonna do $3.99 for the episodes that are like, what's it called? I was gonna do $3.99 for the episodes if you wanted to see them like 2 months earlier. And then I was gonna do $5.99 for the stuff that I was never gonna post. Because there's specific content I will never make live, mainly because I don't want it to go viral and go to the wrong people, which is the podcast boys. Yeah, I definitely had to start a new account because it's some weird people on YouTube that will only be searching leggings and tights so they can see women's bodies. They should be using memberships to make new content or people can see the new content early. Right. There was this one big YouTuber I followed. Her vlogmases were so behind. She was posting them in January. Girl, I seen that so much. It's this one girl that I saw. She was posting vlogmas literally last month. I'm like, you must have been going through something in your life. Jasmine, whatever you do, just be consistent. I'm trying. I really am trying. Yeah, it's a lot of work. True with YouTube. It was a fun live. Gonna watch some more of your content. I'm gonna watch some more of your videos today. I was gonna watch some tomorrow, but then I fell asleep. Oh, like it was a couple of people content. I was gonna watch some of yours. It was a couple other people I was gonna watch, but I definitely knocked out. You know we'll support you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the fact that y'all even chat with me on this live. like, like it really does mean a lot that people will come in here on this live because otherwise I would be talking to myself, which is what I thought I was doing this whole time because I did not realize y'all was talking to me because for some reason whenever I get in here, I guess I need to make a habit to check, but for some reason whenever I get in here it's like the chat automatically does top messages instead of doing just all messages. So I'm gonna have to make it a habit to check that. That $5.99 one is intriguing. I mean, listen, I am even okay if somebody wants to buy it for one time and then unsubscribe because I can completely understand. I get it. You know, money be tight. But I do have some juicy content. Like, I already had one video that I posted that I was going to upload to my memberships, that I was going to make it live on my memberships where I'm not sharing it anywhere else. And it is about my experience dating rappers. And the video is called Never Date a Rapper. I know from experience, I would never make that video public where it is going to be for everybody to cop because I just feel like the podcast boys gonna get a hold of it. And I was like, I'm gonna just put it behind the 599 memberships along with my other content. And if people want to be nosy, they could watch that and all the other content that's more juicier or behind the scenes that I will not be making for the normal person's eyes. Which rapper do you date? This about to sound so rude, but it's nobody famous. It's nobody famous at all. I'm gonna just say that. It's nobody famous, but it's just I had experience dating potential rappers. So don't even think it was anybody well known, because I don't know nobody. Like, but yeah, it was more local rappers than anything. But yeah, I was thinking about that type of content. It's some other content that I was planning on recording that I'm gonna put behind the paywall. And I was gonna do a certain amount every month. I think I'm gonna just do 4 a month, but when I first start my membership, I'm gonna probably just have like 4 or 5 videos already in there. I see where you getting at. Teehee. Girl, that was about to sound so mean. But they were not, they were rapping, but I don't know if it ever took off or went anywhere. I'll just say that. And they weren't necessarily bad guys. It's just the experience of dating a rapper I would not recommend at all. At all. Was he a popular local rapper? Do you think he might blow up in the future? It was a few of them that I dated. Not that long. No, they were not popular. Well, one of them was on the news a few times, but only the one that was on the news I feel like had the potential to blow up. I don't know what he's doing now, but he was probably the only person that I felt like I could actually see you making it, because you're not a bad rapper. But yeah, whenever I get memberships, I'm gonna start off with 5 videos, and then I'll just add them as I go for the $5.99 one. And then for the $3.99 one, again, I kind of wanted to do 2 months out, maybe 4 episodes, but I just feel like that's gonna be so much. I think for the time being, I'm gonna just start racking up videos and just keep them in my YouTube archive right now. That way I can be some months ahead when I actually do the memberships. Because again, I don't really expect anybody to subscribe to me until like I have a decent amount of videos in there. So I'm not really tripping about that. But I like the idea of if somebody is nosy or if somebody wanted to, they could. I will say the only thing I don't like was I was really looking into memberships and they take a huge cut. And I don't like that. Like, it's bad enough they take well, what is it? Is it 40% for Google AdSense? I'm like, don't get me wrong. I appreciate that this is a free platform that I can connect with y'all on, but at the same time, I'm making all the content. Like, jeez. But yeah. But yeah, I'm about to get off here for real this time, and I'm really sorry, y'all. I'm gonna figure out how to navigate the shows. Did you tell your boyfriend his rap sucks, or you really like another rapper music? If so, you are me. No, I never told them anything about their rapping or singing. I never said anything about it. Like, I was supportive of them at the time. So, but yeah, I never said anything negative to them about it. I had thoughts. I did have thoughts where I was looking at them like, my thing is, it's one thing if you have dreams to be a rapper or a singer, but if you're not actively trying to rap or actively trying to put yourself out there, you're not really trying to do it for real. You're just talking. And I feel like a lot of people had that mentality where they're like, "Ooh, I'm gonna just be rapping, say my little 2 cents." And it's like, okay, but are you doing it? Are you actually positioning yourself to be in these spaces to be rapping? If not, then what you think like a opportunity just gonna fall in your lap? Sometimes that happens, but with most people that don't happen. So anyone with the wrench icon next to their name is a bot. Let's just 30%, I think. Yeah, I don't know if it's 30% or 40. I can't remember. Do you like dating artists, rappers, or athletes? I do not. I'm married, but I did not at the time that I did. What's that face for, Jasmine? But yeah. But what is my Oh, actually one other thing I was gonna say. So one other thing I was gonna say was I kind of wanted to do some live streams where I did like eat dinner with me, where I would do like a mukbang, but we would just be chatting. I was kind of thinking about doing stuff like that or doing like a workout with me day, but at the same time, I kind of don't want y'all seeing me work out and struggling. Like maybe I should keep that private. Specifically because I know it's going to be embarrassing. So much to be said with an emoji. I already know. I already know. I just wanted you to say it. Wondering where the weirdos came from. Man, it's so crazy because it's like, I don't know what it is. When we be like, oh, we about to get off. It's like saying that almost triggers the algorithm to be like, push it out more to either weirdos or push it out more to people who potentially naturally follow you and then they come in late. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, like I was thinking about doing something like that. Um, I know when I did that live stream last Saturday, what was his name? Captain John, the one who was talking about the pantyhose and stuff. I remember he was mentioning doing a girls' night one, and I still kind of want to do that. The a girls' night one. The working out, some people might get some ideas. Maybe I'll put that behind the $1.99 membership or something. Like only the people who are in here can work out. It sure does, girl. I think I like the girls' night one. I would probably do something where we had games or something. Yeah, I think I might do something like that. I'll probably do like a summer slumber girls' night situation on live or something like that. But I do have men that follow me, and I feel like some of them might join in. I'm gonna be like, oh, you gotta wear a wig. You gotta wear a wig to be a part of this girls' night. You did not like the Love and Basketball movie. Um, I didn't like some of the stuff that happened in the movie. It wasn't necessarily a bad movie. Like the acting was great. The story was great. However, I did not like the situations and circumstances of what happened in that movie. And I did not like the way that it ended. But I'm assuming you saw the reaction movie, the movie reaction that I did. or YouTube recommended it to you, where I did a whole recap about it. Surprisingly, a lot of people liked that reaction. So if you ever wanted to and had like 50 some minutes of your time, you could watch it and check it out if you're interested. Because my movie reactions are not like everybody else's. I actually react to the movie and tell you what's going on. It's basically like a whole other perspective to watching the actual movie if you were actually interested in watching it, anyways. But yeah, but I'm gonna for real hop off of here with you guys. And I hope you guys have a great night, eat good food, and I'll be seeing y'all Saturday morning. I'll let you know when I'm going to get on, maybe like 2 days beforehand. But yeah, I'll be seeing y'all again soon. Stay blessed, stay positive. Bye.